Chapter 81 Reincarnation, Sword Bone Marquis. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The power of the red moon surged out of Su Xian's body and became the last part that condensed Xingluo's soul. Su Xian was stunned. What about the promised sacrifice of life? He felt the sea of stars in his body, and the red moon that had condensed into a half-moon turned into a thin crescent. What's going on? Can the power of the red moon be used as a lifespan? Su Xian couldn't figure out what exactly this strange power of the red moon was. Since the emergence of the power of the red moon, it has broken the rules of the realm and opened up a realm beyond the silver moon realm. After that, he saw the same power as Hongyu and Shaoli, who had a strange life experience. Today, using the semi-god level forbidden technique, this power can actually replace one's own life to complete the sacrifice. It's getting weirder and weirder. While thinking about it, Marquis Xingluo's body was completely condensed and formed at this moment. He slowly opened his eyes, his expression full of confusion, until the memory of his life was restored and he understood the process of being reincarnated. Am I resurrected? Marquis Xingluo was extremely surprised. He had indeed heard of some forbidden techniques before his death, and he could resurrect the dead through certain methods, but he never thought that he would be the one resurrected. He looked at the young man in front of him. If his guess was correct, this person was the caster, but why is this person in the Silver Moon realm? Can the Silver Moon realm also cast semi-god level forbidden spells? It seems like there hasn't been any backlash yet. Marquis Xingluo's mind was a little confused, and he felt that his understanding of the world had become particularly unfamiliar. How long have you been dead? Now that even the Silver Moon realm can cast semi-god level forbidden spells without any loss, how strong is the overall level of Blue Star professionals? Jianggu, welcome back to the Dragon Kingdom. Su Xian's voice pulled Marquis Xingluo out of his heavy thoughts. Thank you for saving me. Marquis Xingluo sighed. I didn't expect that a dead person like me would have the chance to return to this world again. I haven't asked for my name yet. My name is Su Xian, an unemployed layman. Su Xian said, Xingluo Ho, there are some things I must make clear to you first. Please tell me. Faced with his savior, Marquis Xingluo was also very polite. Su Xiandao, although I used the reincarnation of wood to resurrect you, you only have half a year to live. After half a year, you will still return to dust and your soul will completely dissipate. Marquis Xingluo smiled. I am already dead, but it is worth living for another half year. I want to ask, what year is it now? In the 500th year of the new calendar, it has been 50 years since your death. Su Xian replied. Only 50 years? Marquis Xingluo was surprised. I thought at least 1,000 years had passed. Why do you think so? Because of you. Me? Su Xian was stunned for a moment, and then he realized what he was doing. He probably thought that the world had changed drastically when the Sword Bone Marquis saw him, a Silver Moon realm, using a semi-god level forbidden technique. Su Xian solemnly said, the situation outside is not as good as you think. The war between Blue Star and the game world is still going on, and we are still the disadvantaged party. As for me, I am an exception. Marquis Xingluo nodded slightly to express his understanding. Then what are you resurrecting me for? To kill the enemy or to take revenge? Su Xian smiled and said, I haven't thought about it yet. I just wanted to test whether this door-blocking technique works well at first. Now it seems to be quite good. Marquis Xingluo was dumbfounded, experimenting with forbidden magic. Resurrecting a 7th grade feudal prince at random. Are all young people today so willful? Su Xian, if you are really fine, I hope you will let me go to the battlefield of the two realms. I don't want to die in vain. Even if it is only half a year, I will kill a few more enemies. Xingluo Ho said. No rush. Su Xian shook his head. You stay with me for a while, and if nothing happens in the end, I will let you go to the battlefield of the two realms. By the way, is there anyone you want to meet? If so, you can go say hello to them. Marquis Xingluo sighed. No. I only have half a year to live, so there is no need to disturb their lives anymore. So be it. I will hide my identity and stay by your side, and secretly take a look at the world. Su Xian didn't say much, he walked out of the training room with Marquis Xingluo, whoosh. The next second, a sword thrust out from the space and pressed against Xingluo's neck. Kingdom Realm. Marquis Xingluo was startled. He looked at the magnificent figure in front of him, but there was no impression at all in his mind. Don't be impulsive. Su Xian smiled and said, we are not enemies. Who are you? Lin Suiying frowned and looked at Xingluo. He is Marquis Xingluo. Su Xian did not intend to hide this matter from Lin Suiying. Given the other party's level, there was a powerful man named Marquis in the mansion out of thin air, and it was impossible to hide it. Xingluo. Lin Suiying's beautiful eyes were full of shock. Didn't Xingluo fall 50 years ago? I was resurrected. Su Xian smiled and said, didn't I tell you before that I wanted to practice a secret technique? What I am practicing is the reincarnation technique. Lin Suiying looked at Su Xian blankly. This was not the first time that the man in front of her surprised her, but when she heard that Su Xian was practicing the art of reincarnation, she still found it difficult to suppress the emotions surging in her heart. He even knows the reincarnation technique. She really wants to know what else Su Xian doesn't know. What are you going to do? Lin Suiying asked. I have no plans yet. If nothing happens, I will eventually let Marquis Xingluo enter the battlefield of the two realms. This is also his wish. Su Xian replied. That's fine. Lin Suiying didn't get to the bottom of it, since Su Xian is sure, she just needs to respect Su Xian's wishes. Her heart is also more stable. Before this, she had never seen Su Xian's means to deal with the powerful marquises, and she was always a little worried. Now her unnecessary worries can be dispelled. After resurrecting the Sword Bone Marquis, Su Xian did not rashly reincarnate the other few. Reincarnation must consume his life, since there is a way to replace the consumption of life. There is no need to fight with life. Time passed day by day. The exchange competition for freshmen of Blue Star higher education institutions also officially began. The venue for this exchange competition was selected in the 4 universities of Dragon Country, and geniuses from other countries in Blue Star have successively arrived in several major royal cities and capitals. These days, Su Xian finally saw special professions at home and abroad, for example, the Yin and Yang masters of Sakura. Country can use strange Yin and Yang techniques and summon Shikigami bound to themselves. This profession is similar to the summoner, but the power is more bizarre. The summoner's summoned beast is a physical life from another world, while the Shikigami is a spiritual life, and the two have completely different focuses. Among the 4 seeded players from Sakura Country who are expected to impact the World Championship, there is a Sword Soul and a Formation Gunner. The other 2 are an Onmyoji and a ninja who is good at pupil techniques. In addition, the Druids of the Oil Federation and the Bear Country are also very powerful. Druids have a physique close to nature like elves. They are good at controlling animals and can also perform healing spells. Druids can also communicate with animals, use the characteristics of animals to strengthen themselves, and even give special souls to non-living things to let them fight for themselves. If Zhangmu can get the freshman seed quota of Dinghai Academy, he will have a great chance to face these special professions. Chapter 82 Sakura Yui. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Late September, the preliminary round of the Blue Star College Freshman Exchange Competition is coming to an end. Zhangmu won consecutively and successfully advanced to the quarterfinals. Before this, Su Xian had never gone to school to watch the Senior Disciples competition. If Zhangmu couldn't even make it to the top 8, it would be a huge disappointment to him. On the day of the quarterfinals of the qualifying round, Su Xiankai brought Xiaoli to Dinghai Academy to watch the match. Uncle Su. Seeing Su Xian, Yin Xiaoshuang smiled and said hello. Behind her, Zhangmu, who had a bruised nose and face, felt embarrassed and weakly shouted, Master. Su Xian gave a thumbs up to Yin Xiaoshuang, then looked at Zhangmu. How does it feel to be a sparring partner with Xiaoshuang? Are you touched? Zhangmu didn't speak, but subconsciously moved further away from Yin Xiaoshuang. Su Xian smiled and said, if you are not convinced, work hard to get into the finals, pull Xiaoshuang down, and go up yourself. Be confident. If you can be number 1 in Qingzhou City, you can do the same in Dinghai University. Xiaoli also clenched her fists to encourage him. brother, come on, you are the best. After injecting Zhang Mu with chicken blood, Su Xian took Xiaoli to the viewing platform. In the first round of the quarterfinals, Yin Xiaoshuang, who ranked first in points, faced a student who ranked 8th in points. This game is also the least suspenseful. In just 3 moves, Yin Xiaoshuang defeated her opponent. In the second game, a summoner ranked 2nd in points faced Zhang Mu, who ranked 7th in points. In order to ensure that summoners can perform effectively, the Academy A special venue was specially set up, a 3,000-meter circular dual field, and the opening gravity restraints were placed on warriors, fighters and other professionals. The second game of the quarterfinals. Mo Shui from the Summoning Department of the Mage Academy will fight against Zhang Mu from the Sonda Department of the Fighting Academy. The competition begins. The referee gave the order. Brother, come on. Come on, senior brother, Xiaoli shouted wildly. The cow-horse combination is charging. The cow-horse combination will never lose. At that moment, most of the audience's eyes were focused on him, but Xiaoli is born with social confidence, has no fear of the world, and is not timid, so he shouts more energetically. Su Xian covered his old face. Why didn't he think of it? With Xiaoli's radiant self-confidence, it was impossible to remain calm. On the dual ground, Zhang Mu heard his junior sister's screams at the top of her lungs and successfully felt what social death was. Now the whole school knows that he is a member of the cow-horse team. Xiaoli, stop shouting and save some face for your senior brother. Su Xian couldn't help but advise. Oh. Li Xiaoli sat down obediently. Teacher, do you think senior brother can win? Your senior brother has only one opponent, Yin Xiaoshuang. Su Xiandao. At this time, Zhang Mu on the dual field was rushing towards his opponent at high speed. However, due to the limitation of gravity, before he could get close to his opponent had already summoned a summoned beast. It was a bear, an ironclad black bear that was 5 meters tall. Zhang Mu suddenly jumped up and struck towards the armored black bear with a punch. The moment he jumped up, he entered a strange state, with a faint orange light coming from his body. Bang! The 5-meter-tall armored bear was knocked down by Zhang Mu's punch. Benquan, the basic move of Sonda. Sonda is a practitioner who highly advocates external skills and crazily pursues the limit of strength. Zhang Mu's character is also very suitable for this profession. He practices all the time, exercising every muscle and bone in his body. Sonda does not require fancy moves. The body is strong to the limit. You can defeat any profession with the simplest moves and defeat all methods. The armored black bear was knocked down. Mo Shui panicked. Before this, Zhang Mu's performance was definitely not that strong. At this time, the aura exuding from Zhang Mu made him feel scared. Hegemonic body. Yin Xiaoshuang in the audience also saw this scene. These days, under Su Xian's instructions, she has been training with Zhang Mu, and she beat Zhang Mu violently every time. But she had never seen Zhang Mu use Ba Ti. The so-called Ba Ti means that after practicing external skills to a certain level, you can use Qi to mobilize the muscles of the whole body, which can improve the flexibility of the body in a short period of time and at the same time greatly weaken the body's pain sensation. This would. Yin Xiaoshuang smiled and said, they were all beaten into pig heads, and they were still hidden. Zhang Mu, who has activated his domineering body, is unstoppable. Before Mo Shui had time to summon the second summoned beast, Zhang Mu had already approached him. Without any hesitation, the casserole-sized fist struck down, and a fist mark suddenly appeared on Mo Shui's delicate and pretty face. The game is over. This battle ended too quickly, a bit unexpectedly. No one expected that Zhang Mu, who had not performed very well before, could end the game so quickly. Awesome Zhang Mu, you even have a hidden skill. When Zhang Mu came out, Yin Xiaoshuang immediately rushed up and grabbed his shoulders. Tell me. Are you trying to trick me? Zhang Mu pulled Yin Xiaoshuang's hand away in disgust. Do you believe me when I say I realized something before the battle? Hey! Yin Xiaoshuang rolled her eyes. Only a ghost will believe you. Forget it if you don't believe it. Zhang Mu didn't want to explain to this violent woman. Su Xian came over with Xiaoli. He felt that his disciple would not lie, except when getting along with the third child. Yin Xiaoshuang looked at him. Then tell me how you realized it on the spot. Zhang Mu said seriously, I just imagined Mo Shui as you, and immediately my whole body became stiff, and the only thought in my heart was to beat you up. Then it dawned on me. You. Yin Xiaoshuang's lips turned pale with anger. You stinky straight man, do you know how to speak? Xiaoli also warned, Brother Mu, it's wrong to say this to a girl. I know you want to beat this sister, but you can't say it to her face. Su Xian. How did you accept a pair of crouching dragon and phoenix as apprentices? The four were chatting happily. Kanikua, a discordant voice came from the side. Su Xian turned his head and looked. A girl in a white shirt and plaid skirt not far away greeted him. He had seen this girl in the information. Her name was Sakura Sora Yui. She was the strongest illusion ninja among the new students in Sakura country. Su Xian was speechless. Although he was used to being approached by all kinds of strange races, he was still a little surprised to be approached by someone from Sakura country. He looked at Sakura Sora Yui and then fell on a man holding a samurai sword next to her. This person made him feel very uncomfortable. Hello. Out of etiquette, Su Xian responded and shook hands with him. Can I be friends with you? Inkong Yui looked at him, her eyes flickering, and said in a not very fluent Longwa language. Of course. Su Xian smiled, but I'm sorry I have something to do now. Let's talk alone next time. Sorry to bother you, see you next time. Inkong Yui did not entangle, and left silently with the man holding the samurai sword. After the two went away, Su Xian narrowed his eyes and looked at the eldest disciple Zhangmu. You have to be careful of this Inkong Yui, she is the strongest eye technique user among the freshmen this year, especially the illusion technique, but what? Zhangmu asked curiously. A vortex flashed in Su Xian's pupils. You will soon know the beauty of illusion. Chapter 83, Blazing Flames. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Yui, did it work? On the long street, the man with the samurai sword asked the girl beside him. Yui Sakura nodded. It should be successful. Then why not bring him here? This person has a special power that even Lord Yamada no Orochi is interested in. The man with the samurai sword asked. No hurry, wait until the semi-finals are over tomorrow. A vortex flashed in Yui Sakura's eyes. Don't worry, Miyazawa-kun, everything is under my control. The next day, the semi-finals of the preliminaries of the Blue Star Higher Education Institution's freshman exchange competition began. Since the preliminaries of other countries have ended, the seeded players participating in the world competition have come to Longwa early, so the schedule of Longwa is relatively tight. That can't be helped. There are too many professionals in Longwa, which is far from comparable to other countries, so the schedule is naturally slow. Draw for the semi-finals. Zhang Mu was lucky not to draw Yin Xiaoshuang, and faced a Shura. However, the strength of this Shura should not be underestimated. His ranking in the college entrance examination was also among the top 20 in the country. Su Xian and Xiaoli arrived at the viewing platform early. The electronic referee sounded the first match of the semi-finals. Gu Changqing from the Shura department of the Warrior Academy will fight Zhang Mu from the Sanda department of the Fighting Academy. The competition begins. As soon as the voice fell, Su Xian was quick to cover Xiaoli, who wanted to shout. Don't shout, if you shout again, your senior brother will have to change his school life. On the duel field, the duel between the two close combats can best boost the atmosphere. Gu Changqing took out a black cloth, covered his eyes first, and then slowly drew out the long sword from his waist. Black and white waves emanated from his body. This is the combination of chi and mind, condensed into substance, the iconic skill of the warrior after changing to Shura, Hell Mind. Teacher, that Shura looks so scary, can my senior brother win? Xiaoli was a little worried, judging from the momentum alone. Shura is one step ahead of Zhangmu. Su Xian smiled and said, Shura focuses on mind, while your senior brother focuses on body. The emphasis is different. It's useless to look at the momentum. We need to look at the actual combat ability. Besides, your senior brother hasn't used his special moves yet, so don't worry. The two close combats were about to start. Gu Changqing's starting speed was faster. He raised the long sword in his hand, gathered the mind power with the sword energy, and cut out a rotating sword energy. Zhang Mu was not weak either, and showed his domineering body, relying on the advantage of the domineering body to greatly reduce the pain. he forcibly broke the rotating sword energy. He knew the weakness of the Shura warrior very well. Shura's fighting method relied on the combination of mind and sword energy. He was good at medium-range duels. As long as he closed the distance, he could control the initiative. Gu Changqing also knew Zhang Mu's intention. He was not slow. Relying on the pulling of the sword energy, he always kept a distance from Zhang Mu. Teacher, senior brother Mu is very uncomfortable being pulled. Shaoli looked at the situation on the field and couldn't help clenching his fists. Su Xian nodded, that Gu Changqing is indeed quite capable and has a good control of the distance. If he continues, Zhang Mu will be in trouble. The voice fell, the situation on the field suddenly changed. Zhang Mu, who had been unable to close the distance, suddenly fixed his body and then blurred his figure. Swish. Two Zhang Mu appeared on the field. At the same time, the two Zhang Mu rushed forward at the same time and killed Gu Changqing. Beautiful. The commentator's excited voice sounded. Zhang Mu actually used two major moves that he was proficient in Sonda at the same time, the clone and the instant step. Here is a popular science for students from other departments. The clone skill requires a very high speed to burst out in a short time to deceive the enemy's perception. Even if Shura has the eye of the heart, he can't see through it. The distance was instantly shortened. Gu Changqing panicked for a moment and quickly used the back jump slash to try to open the distance again, but the back jump slash has little effect when facing Zhang Mu with a domineering body. Bang! Zhang Mu threw a punch, and Gu Changqing raised his sword to block, but was still pushed back by the powerful force. While retreating, an invisible wave spread around Gu Changqing, slowing down Zhang Mu's pursuit speed. He used Shura's exclusive skill Killing Thought Wave. At the same time, the mind power condensed, and another black sword energy was slashed out. It's Shura Evil Light Slash, the commentator exclaimed. This game is very exciting. Although Zhang Mu and Gu Changqing are both freshmen, their understanding of the two professions of Shura and Sonda is better than many sophomores. Both sides have little physical strength left. This move will determine who can defeat the opponent and advance to the finals. Facing the powerful Shura Evil Light Slash, Zhang Mu did not retreat. Once he retreated, the distance would be pulled away again, and he would definitely lose. I can only fight. Zhang Mu gritted his teeth, and the orange-yellow light condensed around him, and his domineering body appeared, controlling the chi and punching. Roar. A dragon roar sounded, and a pale golden dragon rushed forward. The golden dragon smashed through the evil light. Zhang Mu gathered the last bit of his strength and used the instant step again. He rushed to Gu Changqing in an instant and smashed down with a bang fist. Gu Changqing was unable to react in time and was knocked away by a punch and rolled out. The competition was over. Zhang Mu won the battle with difficulty and advanced to the finals of the Dinghai Academy Freshman Seed Qualifiers. The system prompt sounded. Ding, your disciple Zhang Mu has mastered the use of the domineering body, and his scattered forging attainments have just entered the hull. Congratulations on triggering a 9,000 times critical hit return. You have obtained the awakening skill of the advanced profession, Sonda. Awakening skill Flame Burning Step, the ultimate in Sonda, reaching the extreme with martial arts. The body is like fire, and the mind is burning, raising the body to an infinitely violent state. In this state, the destructive power of any Sonda-type moves will be greatly increased. The awakening skills of the Sonda profession. Su Xian was stunned. He didn't expect that he could obtain the awakening skills of related professions through the return of his disciples without entering the feudal realm. This game is not in vain. As for the afternoon match, Su Xian didn't have much interest in watching the match. Yin Xiaoshuang still maintains the third-level super level in the National College entrance examination. There is currently no game where Yin Xiaoshuang can give her full strength. If he, the great disciple, doesn't explode, he will most likely be beaten. Shaoli, go back. Su Xian took his second son and was about to go home. As soon as he left the viewing platform, he saw Yui Sakurakura not far away waving to him. It's this person again, so annoying. Shaoli pouted. Teacher, can I ask you a question? What's the problem? Su Xian smiled. Do you think she or your mother is better looking? Shaoli asked, blinking her big eyes. You're the prettiest. Su Xian scratched her nose and said, don't worry, I won't be obsessed with a Sakura country girl. Soon you will understand that I have good intentions. Stop talking, she's coming. Inkong Yui walked over quickly and smiled sweetly. Su Xianjun, are you free today? Su Xian smiled and nodded, of course. Then can I invite you to lunch? Yui Sakura said. It's an honor. Su Xian pretended to be happy. Then, under Xiao Li's angry gaze, the teacher just left with the woman from Sakura country. At this time, Zhang Mucai rushed over, looked around, and asked doubtfully, Junior sister, where is the teacher? Xiao Li put his hands on his hips and said angrily, I went deep into the enemy camp to gather information. Deep into the enemy camp? Zhang Mu was a little confused. What does that mean? It's not a good thing anyway. Xiao Li became angrier as he thought about it. I have to go back and tell my mother. Chapter 84, A Successful Illusion. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Dinghai Hotel, 44th floor, Sakura Country Reception Floor. Sakura Sora Yui brought Su Xian to a room, gently opened the door, and invited Su Xian to sit down, closed the door. Sakura Sora Yui poured a glass of wine for Su Xian, and said softly, Su Xianjun, this is our Sakura Country special Sakura spirit wine, used to entertain guests, please taste it. Thank you. Su Xian took the wine glass and drank the wine in one gulp. The two chatted, a faint fragrance filled the room. Sakura Sora Yui's eyes gradually became blurred, and a pair of soft and boneless tender hands climbed towards Su Xian. The vortex in her eyes turned, and Su Xian's heart was pounding. Su Xianjun, I have always admired the men of your dragon country. Can you let me feel your special power? That she stretched out her arms and wrapped them around Su Xian's neck, and Su Xian also hugged her back, and the two quickly entered the state. On the windowsill, Su Xian was amazed. The women of Sakura country are really cruel. They use charm and illusion together. If someone else were here, they would be unbearable. He looked at Yui Sakura who was twisting and turning with a wooden stake in the room, and watched with interest. Yui Sakura thought he was under an illusion. In fact, when he shook hands with this woman for the first time, he used the replica skill of the Chaos Body prototype to replicate her illusion. At the same time, he implanted the illusion into Yui Sakura's mind, making Yui Sakura mistakenly believe that he was under an illusion. At this time, Yui Sakura had already regarded the wooden stake as Su Xian. Su Xian also controlled the wooden stake to cooperate with Yui Sakura to perform as hard as possible. He didn't know what the specific purpose of Yui Sakura approaching him was. The other party should be coveting something on him. The Chaos Body prototype. The power of the Red Moon. Or other unspeakable purposes. Su Xian used some of the power of the Red Moon to attach to the wooden stake, and a deep purple power suddenly emerged from Sakura Sora Yui's body, swallowing up the power of the Red Moon like a hungry tiger. Is it for the power of the Red Moon? Su Xian vaguely guessed something and threw out some of the power of the Red Moon again. The deep purple power surged out again, once again devouring the power of the Red Moon. Interesting, interesting. Su Xian was worried about not being able to find the source of the power of the Red Moon, and this woman from Sakura country undoubtedly provided him with new clues, but he didn't dare to rashly control Sakura Sora Yui. To tell the truth, illusions make people indulge in illusions, but once they touch the memories in the subconscious, the illusions can easily break down. Once they are cracked, conflicts are inevitable. He must first squeeze out the value of this woman. And then the illusions will not matter. Swallowed 2 Red Moon powers. Sakura Sora Yui still doesn't look very satisfied. She hugged the wooden stake, chewing it, her body squirming violently, and her clothes getting less and less. Ouch. Su Xian turned his head. Is this thing really free to watch? 2 hours later, the turbulent room returned to calm. Thank you for your hard work, brother. You will also be a meritorious Entai in the future. Su Xian put away the soaked wooden stake and silently looked at Sakura Yui, who was lying on the ground with a strange expression. She kept mumbling something. Su Xian leaned in and listened clearly, and then he heard clearly that she was calling Lord Yamada no Orochi. Is the source of the deep purple power Yamada no Orochi? Su Xian has heard a lot of rumors about Yamada no Orochi. Some people say that it is a demon god native to Sakura country, which gives Onmyoji supreme power. Others say that it is a little demon that escaped from Dragon Country. After failing in Dragon Country, it ran to Sakura Country to become the boss. Some people say that it is a demon from the abyss, which will live in humans with evil hearts. There are many different opinions. Su Xian didn't care about these things before, but he had to investigate the secrets of the power of the Red Moon. But I'm afraid it won't work today. It's not that he can't do it, it's that Yui Sora can't do it anymore. Su Xian opened the door and walked out. Outside the door, the man with the samurai sword stood at the door. When he saw Su Xian coming out, he looked at Su Xian with hatred, and his eyes were almost spitting fire. "Where's Yui?" asked the samurai sword man. "She's tired and resting." Su Xian licked his lips and smiled. "Yui-chan is great, thank you very much for Yui-chan's hospitality." Su Xian had also read the information of the samurai sword man in front of him. This person is also one of the seed players of Sakura Country, good at swords, and his name is Miyazawa Xuan. Facing Su Xian's provocation, Miyazawa Xuan clenched the sword in his hand. "I'll come again next time." Under the gaze of a group of Sakura people, Su Xian swaggered away, laughing very wantonly. Miyazawa Xuan rushed into the room. Seeing the mess on the ground and Yui Sakura's distorted expression, Miyazawa roared wildly. "Su Xian! I will definitely kill you." On the other side, Su Xian has returned to the Shueiyue Palace. In the small courtyard, Shueiyue King had already prepared the food and was waiting for him, all of which were healthy and nourishing spiritual vegetables. "You're back. Sit down." Shueiyue King waved his hand, motioning Su Xian to sit down. Xiaoli stared at him with a dim gaze. Su Xian was helpless. Just now, he really didn't dare to look at him for a moment. Even the sound was blocked. The actual missions behind enemy lines were all completed by the Kongying Chimu, Suiying. Seeing that the atmosphere was somewhat silent, Su Xian took the initiative to bring up the topic. "Do you know Yamada no Orochi?" "I don't know much." Lin Suiying nodded. She was just about to explain to Su Xian. Xiaoli next to her snorted, "Mom, didn't you promise me to break up with the teacher for one day?" Lin Suiying smiled dotingly. "You have to understand the teacher. He has his reasons for doing this. Family members must trust each other." "Humph." Xiaoli made a face, ignored the two, and ate alone. The two smiled at each other and didn't care about the child. Lin Suiying said, "Several kings of the older generation have seen the power of Yamada no Orochi, but no one has seen its body, and no one knows where it came from. The fusion of the two worlds hides too many secrets. If you want to know about Yamada no Orochi, I know a senior who may be able to help you solve some doubts." Chapter 85 Abyss. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Has anyone come into contact with the power of Yamada no Orochi before? Su Xian was surprised. If the existence of Yamada no Orochi was also rootless, then there would be no place to trace it. "Suiying, who is the senior you are talking about?" "Wuan Wang, Bai Sha." "Is it him?" At the headquarters of the Hero Association, Su Xian met Wuan Wang. At that time, Wuan Wang showed up to persuade him to give up all professions and specialize in one profession. It's a pity that Su Xian must go on the path of all professions, and it is impossible for him to give up because of Wuan Wang's persuasion. "Do you know Wuan Wang?" Lin Suiying was surprised. "We met once." Su Xian recounted what happened at that time. Lin Suiying smiled. "Wuan Wang is also kind-hearted. After all, no one has ever been able to reach the end of the path of all professions, not even one in the Silver Moon realm. Now you have broken history, and you will continue to go on in the future." Su Xian also smiled and said, "Do you believe me?" Lin Suiying looked at him with soft light in her eyes. "If there is only one person left in this world who believes in you, that person must be me." She seemed to be telling a very ordinary thing. Su Xian was stunned for a moment. "Thank you." After a long time, he whispered his thanks. It is a kind of happiness to be trusted so deeply by others, no matter what the feelings are. Xiaoli, who was sitting on the side, stared with big eyes, and excitedly put his two clenched fists in front of his chin, tightly pursing his lips, screaming in his heart. "Closer, closer. It seems that today's stimulation is very useful. Is Mom taking the initiative to attack?" Teacher is also stupid, go ahead. It's a pity that I have to guard the royal city now, and I can't go with you to find King Wuan. Lin Suying said calmly, however, Xiao Li's expectations were useless. Both adults were very calm. Xiao Li was annoyed, damn it. If I had known, I would have gone to wash the dishes first. I can go by myself. Su Xian smiled and said, after the seed preliminaries of Dinghai Academy are over, I plan to take a few little guys to the Tower of Delusion, and then we will go to Longdu. That's not bad. Lin Suying said, when the time comes, you can take Zhangmu, Xingchen and Xiaokong with you. Xiaoli is too young to withstand the energy baptism of the Tower of Delusion, so just stay at home, Xiaoli. Is it my fault that I am young? But there are some materials in the Sky Eye system. Lin Suying said again, I can give you permission to check these materials. You can go and have a look when you are free. Okay. Su Xian nodded. That night, Su Xian used the permission to retrieve the information about Yamada no Orochi from the Sky Eye Encyclopedia system. Yamada no Orochi was first discovered in the 50th year of the new calendar. There was a man named Genji in Sakura country who accidentally discovered and borrowed the power of Yamada no Orochi. With the power of Yamada no Orochi, Genji developed the profession of Onmyoji and became the most prestigious person in this profession, in the 100th year of the new calendar. The rebels were in turmoil. Among the rebels killed in Sakura country, 32 people were found to be parasitic on the power of Yamada no Orochi. The Blue Star Security Federation conducted a thorough investigation of the Genji family in Sakura country, but did not find any trace of the rebels. However, the power of Yamada no Orochi was too evil, and it was likely to become a helper for the rebels again. Therefore, the Blue Star Security Federation set up a special team to conduct an in-depth investigation of Yamada no Orochi. In the end, Yamada no Orochi was defined as an extra-dimensional spiritual creature that was incorporeal and can interfere with reality, and its origin is still a mystery. In the 217th year of the new calendar, a similar spiritual creature appeared in Dragon Country. In the 256th year of the new calendar, a similar spiritual creature appeared again in Bear Country. The successive appearance of similar spiritual creatures has attracted great attention from the Blue Star Security Federation. In the 312th year of the new calendar, the Federation invited the elves to join the investigation team. The conclusion given by the elves is that the Yamada no Orochi is not a creature belonging to Luolan Star. They come from another special plane. Before the Blue Star world merged with Luolan Star, similar creatures appeared on Luolan Star. On Luolan Star, this special plane is called the Abyss. No one knows where the Abyss comes from, and no one knows what the medium is that connects Luolan Star and the Blue Star world. Since the Abyss currently has little impact on the two worlds, the Federation's investigation of the Abyss has gradually relaxed, and the focus is still on the collision battle between the two worlds. Abyss. Su Xian kept this word in mind. There are too many things that cannot be explained, the Tower of Delusion, the Tower of Death, and now there is another abyss, and there are many strange stories on the battlefields of the two worlds. Su Xian speculated that the power of the abyss and the source of the power of the Red Moon are in some sense opposing existences. Otherwise, the power of the Yamada no Orochi in Yui Sakura wouldn't be so greedy to devour the power of the Red Moon. It's getting more and more complicated. Su Xian had a headache. He felt that if he wanted to find the secret of the power of the Red Moon, he had to break through the special realm of the Red Moon realm that currently bound him. Currently, the only thing that can help him quickly break through the Silver Moon realm is the World Channel, or the battlefield of the two realms. Su Xian had heard a lot about the secrets of the battlefield of the two realms, but he had never been there. Even the fourth child, Sun Xiaokong, had been there for training under the guidance of the school. If there is a chance, I can go there. Did you find anything? Seeing Su Xian frowning, Lin Suying came over and asked. They are all vague concepts. Let's go visit Senior Wuan Wang later. You will know more from personal experience. Su Xian replied. Lin Suying raised the corners of her mouth, with a smile in her eyes. I want to know what you did today. Why do you suddenly care so much about a spiritual creature? Ah. Su Xian was stunned. Shaoli shouldn't say anything. No, but you have the perfume of other women on you. Lin Suing teased. Su Xian was not as nervous as he was now when he was chased by the Black Wind Dragon and ran all over the world. Okay, I'm just kidding you. Lin Suing laughed. Su Xian breathed a sigh of relief. Lin Suing changed the subject. How can I only smell perfume? I know who it is. Su Xian. Danger. The Water Moon King today, something different. Window, _tabula equals window, _tabula dot push, mode, thumbs, feed, 01, container, tabula below article feed, placement, below article feed, target _type, mix. Chapter 86 Preliminary Finals. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Early October, the finals of the Dinghai Academy Freshman Seed Qualifiers officially kicked off. The viewing platform was packed with people, all discussing who would win the finals and get the Dinghai Academy Freshman number 1 seed. There were obviously more people supporting Yin Xiaoshuang. After all, she was a beautiful girl with a youthful aura. Outside the duel arena, the two protagonists were warming up. Yin Xiaoshuang changed her usual loose and casual clothes and put on close-fitting women's armor. Zhang Mu also put on special protective gear for Sanda, including chest protectors, knee pads, and arm guards. Dai Mu, according to the agreement between Uncle Su and me, today is the last sparring match I will have with you. Yin Xiaoshuang smiled and said, you haven't beaten me once in a whole month. Don't hide it in the last match. Zhang Mu nodded. This time, I will definitely beat you. TSK. Yin Xiaoshuang stood on tiptoe, wrapped her arms around the back of Zhang Mu's neck, climbed on his lower shoulder, and patted his pectoralis major. Don't embarrass yourself when the time comes. Zhang Mu disdainfully pulled Yin Xiaoshuang's hand away, with a burning desire in his eyes. Enter the arena. I will definitely beat you. Yin Xiaoshuang rolled her eyes, walked into the arena first. Xiaoshuang, you are unparalleled in the world. Xiaoshuang, I love you. Xiaoshuang is so cool. Xiaoshuang's husband. On the stage, Yin Xiaoshuang's female fans were even crazier than the male fans, screaming wantonly. Afterwards, Zhang Mu entered the arena. Nyoma combination, charge. Nyoma combination will win. Zhang Mu's only little fan, junior sister Xiaoli, who can equal millions of fans, shouted until she was hoarse. Su Xian observed for a while. Zhang Mu should have some fans, but they are ashamed to be with Xiaoli. They stared at the confident Xiaoli with wide eyes and dared not speak. Afraid that they would be mistaken as members of Nyoma combination if they spoke. Welcome everyone to the finals of the Blue Star Higher Education Institution's Freshman Exchange Competition and Dinghai Academy Seed Qualifiers. Standing on the left side of the duel field is Yin Xiaoshuang, the genius player of the Mad Battle Department of our Warrior Academy. From the moment she stepped into Dinghai Academy, Xiaoshuang has always maintained the super level of the first freshman, and has not yet played her best. There was another round of cheers from the viewing platform. The person standing on the right side of the duel field is Zhang Mu from the Sanda department of our Fighting Academy. At the beginning of the competition, Zhang Mu was not very impressive and played steadily. He started to show his edge in the quarterfinals and became famous in the semifinals. He is the strongest dark horse in this qualifying round. Who will win and who will lose in the duel between the dark horse and the genius? Who can stand to the end and take the number 1 seed? Let's wait and see. The following is the pre-match talk session for the players. Student Yin Xiaoshuang, the game is about to start. Do you have anything to say to Zhang Mu? Faced with the overwhelming cheers, Yin Xiaoshuang was not afraid of the stage. She smiled and said, you may not know that Zhang Mu and I actually knew each other at the beginning of the school. For the past month, I have been training with him. Of course, the result of each training is that I beat him up. This time will be no exception. Yin Xiaoshuang's words exploded in the crowd like a heavy bomb. The two have been training together for a whole month since the beginning of the school. Some students have already started to make rich associations. Oh wow! Awesome! We are still concerned about the outcome, but Zhang Mu has already been ranked first. I was fed a mouthful of dog food for no reason. Is this a civil war between husband and wife? I cried. The host was also a little stunned. He suddenly found himself a little redundant. Fortunately, he was professional enough and handed the microphone to Zhangmu again. Zhangmu, before the game starts, do you have anything to say to Yin Xiaoshuang? Zhangmu's face was serious, his fists clenched, and he said slowly. Yin Xiaoshuang said that I have never won in training. What I want to say is that all the failures, anger, and fist intentions are gathered at this moment. Today's fist is a deliberate punch. I want to blow her up. The host was embarrassed. Can he really have a girlfriend like this? He coughed and announced, it can be seen that both of our classmates are eager to fight, so I won't say much, and the permission is given to the referee. The electronic referee sounded. The final of the preliminary round. Yin Xiaoshuang from the Berserker Department of the Warrior Academy will face Zhangmu from the Sonda Department of the Fighting Academy. The competition begins. Yin Xiaoshuang's profession is Berserker, and her weapons are double swords. The momentum enters my heart. A low shout. Yin Xiaoshuang activated the heart of the Berserker, her eyes were red, and her body was surrounded by blood, and her temperament changed drastically. At this moment, she no longer looked like a girl, but more like a bloodthirsty and warlike female warrior. Facing Yin Xiaoshuang, Zhangmu did not dare to hold back at all, and also activated the hegemony at the first time. Stupid, watch out. Yin Xiaoshuang took the initiative to attack. With ghostly steps, her sword was extremely fast, and the double sword slashed instantly. When she was 10 meters away from Zhangmu, two red cross sword chi suddenly slashed out. Zhangmu's pupils shrank. Yin Xiaoshuang's sword was much faster than in the training match. As soon as he punched to break through the blockade of the cross slash, Yin Xiaoshuang suddenly jumped up, the sword momentum gathered, and carried a stronger power to slash down like a landslide. Puff. Zhangmu failed to block the attack, and the blade cut a hole in his body. Fortunately, the pain was greatly reduced in the domineering state, and he had strong recovery ability, so he could react quickly and block Yin Xiaoshuang's subsequent attack. The two swords were gorgeous, one after another, with almost no flaws, and Zhangmu had no power to fight back, and he was miserable. Mutu, use the moves that Uncle Su taught you. Yin Xiaoshuang provoked. A ruthless light flashed in Zhangmu's eyes. He rushed forward suddenly, trying to use the instant step to forcibly break through Yin Xiaoshuang's attack, but Yin Xiaoshuang's double swordsmanship was flawless, and there was only one result of forcible breakthrough. Puff. Zhangmu was pierced by a knife at the position below his heart. Yin Xiaoshuang was shocked. He didn't expect Zhangmu to be so cruel. Being pierced by a bloody knife, even in the domineering state, the pain was unbearable, but Zhangmu didn't even cry out in pain, and his movements didn't even slow down. Boom. Zhangmu suddenly blasted out a rising dragon fist and hit Yin Xiaoshuang's jawbone, and kicked her out at the same time. The sudden change shocked the audience. Zhangmu showed no mercy and pursued her. Yin Xiaoshuang's eyes flashed with anger. Die. Mu. Head. Bang. Under Yin Xiaoshuang, a blood-colored circle appeared, and powerful blood energy burst out from the bottom to the top in an instant, blocking Zhangmu's pursuit. Taking this opportunity, Yin Xiaoshuang stabilized her body. On her two swords, the blood-red aura continued to condense. In front of her, circles of rotating ripples were generated, and Zhangmu only felt a strong suction force coming, pulling him forward. Bloodthirsty demon sealing slash. The host exclaimed. One of the advanced skills of the Berserker profession. Yin Xiaoshuang can perform it at the Starry Realm. What a terrible talent. Looking at this scene, Su Xian also exclaimed, Yin Xiaoshuang deserves to be the top 3 in the National College entrance examination. It will be difficult for Zhangmu to win. He didn't care about Zhangmu's win or loss. Among the 4 disciples, Zhangmu's talent is the worst. Not to mention compared with Xiaoli, even compared with the third brother who doesn't pay much attention to cultivation, he is one level lower. To be able to get to this point, Zhangmu is already very good, but Zhangmu is unwilling to admit defeat. Even though he is covered in blood, he is trying his best to break free from the sword restraint of bloodthirsty demon sealing slash roar. Accompanied by a roar, a huge and ferocious black dragon head flashed behind him. The system prompt sound also sounded in Su Xian's mind at the same time. Chapter 87. The Demon Heart begins. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Ding, your disciple Zhang demon heart has been formed. He has integrated the demon heart with the great power heavenly dragon and completed the initial creation of the technique. Congratulations on triggering the 3000-fold critical strike return. Your great power heavenly dragon has been upgraded to the 8 dragon realm. The sudden prompt startled Su Xian, demon heart. Zhang has an upright character and is practicing the great power heavenly dragon that can dispel evil and punish evil. How could he condense a demon heart? Su Xian remembered that when he used the Eye of the Divine Mentor to check Zhang status before, the system prompted that the most suitable physique for Zhang was the demon god body. Is this the reason? System, explain. Host. Demon is a state of mind. It can infinitely suppress human nature and raise power to the extreme, not the evil meaning understood by the world. Only people with the strongest mind can control this power. Power can only be strong or weak, not good or evil. The initial formation of the demon heart means that your disciple Zhang has the qualifications to initially control the ultimate power of the demon body. So that's it. Su Xian finally understood. It seems that Yin Xiaoshuang has a great stimulation to Zhang. Look at the stage again. After Zhang merged the great power heavenly dragon with the demon heart, he actually forcibly blocked the bloodthirsty demon sealing slash. The powerful suction was dispersed by his punch. However, the strongest point of the bloodthirsty demon sealing slash is the slash that condenses endless sword power. The suction of the blood-colored vortex is just a prelude. If Yin Xiaoshuang slashed at this time, Zhang would still find it difficult to block it, but, looking at Zhang covered in blood, Yin Xiaoshuang hesitated. The knife also slowed down. At the moment she hesitated, Zhang had already rushed up. At this moment, he was like a wild beast, and his heavy breathing seemed to beat with Yin Xiaoshuang's heart. Such Zhang made Yin Xiaoshuang feel unfamiliar, but she still gave up the slash with the sword. She was afraid of accidents, so she split the stupid wood into 2 pieces with one sword. Block. Yin Xiaoshuang changed from attack to defense, and blocked Zhang punch with 2 swords crossed. Wow! At this moment, the whole audience was in an uproar. What's the situation? Are you blatantly letting up? Fight well. Anyway, you two have already won the first and second seeds, and you are all going to fight foreigners. There is no difference. Do you have any competitive spirit? Once on the battlefield, those monsters in the game world will not hold back. Anyone with a discerning eye can see that Yin Xiaoshuang let up. What does it mean to let up in the finals? Even the experienced commentator didn't know how to make up for it. The gap in strength is there. Zhang has a devil's heart but no devil's body. The physical potential that can be stimulated by just being crazy is limited, and it is not enough to make up for the gap between him and Yin Xiaoshuang. Yin Xiaoshuang. Why don't you use all your strength? Zhang seems to be crazy, but in fact he is clear-headed. His fighting spirit is strong enough to affect his every move and to be integrated with his body. Outsiders think he has lost his mind, but he is very comfortable now. There has never been a moment as refreshing as now. Yin Xiaoshuang is a little confused. Stupid wood. Are you awake now? Of course. Zhang voice is very firm, not like a person who has lost his mind at all. It's careless. Yin Xiaoshuang said unhappily, I should have cut you with a knife just now to save trouble. It's not too late now. Zhang grinned, used 2 consecutive instant steps, and rushed to Yin Xiaoshuang again. Before Yin Xiaoshuang could make a move, a huge black dragon head suddenly appeared behind him, and a powerful air rushed over, directly interrupting Yin Xiaoshuang's double sword technique. At the same time, a huge fist came crashing down. Bang! This fist hit Yin Xiaoshuang's face firmly. Half of the beautiful girl's cheek was swollen, and she flew backwards and fell several times. Stupid. Unforgivable. Yin Xiaoshuang was angry. Don't hit people in the face, especially girls' faces. Do you understand? Zhang did not respond to her, nor did he chase. He just stood there stupidly, and did not move even when Yin Xiaoshuang rushed over with 2 swords. Plop. When Yin Xiaoshuang rushed to him, Zhang fell straight down. Frightened, Yin Xiaoshuang immediately threw away the 2 swords, caught the fallen Zhang in her arms, and sighed with her hands in front of her nose. Her breathing was a little rapid, but her vital signs were fine. I'm so angry. Looking at Zhangmu falling in her arms and the smile on Zhangmu's mouth, she became more and more angry and gnashed her teeth. Dead wood. Dumb wood. Stinky wood. Rotten wood. You made yourself look like a ghost, just to punch me. You are really good. The most important thing is that he pretended to be dead after beating her, not giving her any chance to revenge, which is simply unforgivable. On the viewing platform, Su Xian witnessed everything and smiled with satisfaction. It doesn't matter if the game is lost, he never worried about Zhangmu being beaten, let alone being hit, relatively speaking. He was more afraid that Zhangmu couldn't find a wife. On the high platform, the commentator saw this scene and didn't know how to describe it. Good boy, lost the game, but won life. He has hosted the game for many years and has seen countless losers, most of whom left in frustration. This is the first time he has seen Zhangmu lose in this way. The school's healing magician was about to treat Zhangmu, but was stopped by a figure. Looking up, it was Su Xian. Nowadays, Su Xian is well known in the circle of Dinghai Wangcheng, and his nickname is Dinghai's #1 gigolo. It turns out that Zhangmu is Su Xian's disciple. The healing mage secretly complained in his heart, worthy of being a master and disciple, even the matter of eating gigolo can be passed down. Let me do it, no need to trouble you. Su Xian asked the healing mage to leave, and threw a few healing blessings to Zhangmu. The external injuries suffered by Zhangmu were not very serious. Even if he was pierced through the body by Yin Xiaoshuang's crazy knife, it was not a big deal. The reason why Zhangmu collapsed was because the demon heart consumed a lot of his energy and spirit, so he couldn't hold on and fell down. However, Su Xian still had to sigh. Although his eldest disciple's talent was not good, in terms of character, the other disciples combined were not as tough as Zhangmu's character, and Zhangmu's character was also the most suitable person to be the eldest brother. He didn't expect Zhangmu to last so long. Just to avenge the training, he punched Yin Xiaoshuang in the face, and fell down after hitting Yin Xiaoshuang in the face with his fist. As for what happened after waking up, Su Xian couldn't control it. As a master, the only thing he could do was to let Xiaoshuang help Zhangmu with training again, and keep renewing the subscription until his eldest disciple could rely on himself for free. Chapter 88 Go to the Tower of Delusion. You are listening at novelfull.audio. On the third day after the qualifiers, Zhangmu finally woke up from his coma. What came into view was a pretty face, but the left face was more swollen than the right face, which looked a little uncoordinated. Seeing Zhangmu wake up, the pretty face was first surprised, and then immediately became angry. Damn! Moo! Head! Yin Xiaoshuang gritted her teeth. You finally woke up. Did you enjoy the fight? The scenes on the court turned around in Zhangmu's mind. He looked at Yin Xiaoshuang and nodded subconsciously. Awesome! So awesome! Puff! Before he could say anything, Yin Xiaoshuang punched him. Are you still enjoying it? Yin Xiaoshuang, you don't follow martial ethics. Come and sneak attack me, the injured. Zhangmu wanted to cry but had no tears. He didn't think so much at the beginning. At that time, he just wanted to punch Yin Xiaoshuang in the face, otherwise he would have nowhere to vent his anger for a month. Master! Feeling Yin Xiaoshuang's murderous aura, Zhangmu immediately called for help. Outside the door, Su Xian was enjoying a sunbath on a lounge chair. He had no business dealing with what was going on in the house. After all, Yin Xiaoshuang had been taking care of Zhangmu here for 3 days, which was not easy. Half an hour later, Zhangmu and Yin Xiaoshuang came out of the house, looking very harmonious. Uncle Su, I'm leaving first. Yin Xiaoshuang looked very satisfied and said goodbye to Su Xian respectfully. Although Su Xian's reputation in Dinghai Wangcheng was not very good, those were all rumors spread and exaggerated by people who did not know Su Xian. In her opinion, Uncle Su was a very mysterious and powerful person. Otherwise, he would not have been favored by the old senior of Dinghai Wang, and it would be even more impossible for him to live in Shueiyue Wangfu. Goodbye. Su Xian waved his hand. Come and play next time. After Yin Xiaoshuang left, Zhangmu came over with a bitter face. I'm sorry, master. I didn't get the #1 seed. I'm ashamed of you. Su Xian smiled. It's okay, you didn't lose once or twice. Zhangmu. Heartbreaking. Su Xian said, fighting again and again after repeated failures and never being discouraged is also a way to the top. Tell me about your situation on the day of the final. Zhang Mu recalled the scenes of the final. That day, facing Yin Xiaoshuang's bloodthirsty demon ceiling slash, I wanted to use the great power heavenly dragon to break his moves, but the strong suction made it impossible for me to concentrate. When my mental power could not be gathered, it was difficult for me to release the golden dragon shock, but I wanted to win so badly that I wanted to forcefully release the golden dragon chi, under the pull of the two states. I felt that my mind was about to be split and I kept struggling. At a certain moment, my mental power suddenly fell into a strange state, and the potential of my body seemed to be stimulated all at once. A thought could mobilize more power hidden deep in my body. My heart was burning, and that power made me crazy. For a moment, I almost lost myself in it. Zhang Mu was excited as he recounted what happened that day. Master, do you know what's going on with me? Su Xian nodded gently. What Zhang Mu said was almost the same as the process of the birth of the demon heart, described by the system. You have touched a special realm, possessed by the devil. Possessed by the devil? Zhang Mu was shocked. Isn't that an evil path? No. The devil is not evil. Simply defining the devil as evil is a kind of prejudice in the secular world. Su Xian shook his head. The devil is a realm, not an evil path. It is a realm that infinitely suppresses human nature and releases power to the extreme. To control it, you need to be far beyond the mind of ordinary people. What the world calls evil devils is because they pursue power too much, but are controlled by extreme power, act erratically, and become killing machines. If you can't control this power, one day you will become like that. Cold sweat broke out on Zhang Mu's forehead. He couldn't imagine what a miserable state he would be in if he became like that one day. Master, then can I not use this power in the future? Why not? Su Xian asked back. I'm afraid I will get lost and hurt the people around me. Zhang Mu was a little scared. If I hurt you, Master, one day, I will feel guilty for the rest of my life. Su Xian. Don't think too far ahead. If you can hurt me, it proves that you can become a master. If that day really comes, I will be very pleased. Abandon worldly prejudices, bravely pursue this realm, stay rational, and control the devil. This is your best chance to catch up with those super geniuses. Yes, Master. Zhang Mu's eyes were burning with fire. Master's words made him understand that perhaps this was his only chance in this life. Okay, Su Xian waved his hand. It will not be a matter of one day or one night to completely control this power. Take your time. You pack up, and take advantage of the rest of these few days. I will take you to the Tower of Delusion. Thank you, Master. After clearing the 25th floor of the Tower of Delusion, you can get energy baptism and exclusive materials. At the same time, you can also gain a lot of experience energy in the process of breaking through the tower. No professional below the Marquis realm does not look forward to breaking through the Tower of Delusion. The next day, Su Xian took Zhang Mu and Sun Shaokong on the official spaceship to the border of Dragon Country. The Tower of Delusion and the Tower of Death are located at the border of Dragon Country and the border of Bear Country. On the spaceship, Su Xian was holding a list in his hand and browsing it with great interest. These are the seed quotas of each university in the global exchange competition from freshman to junior year. Seniors are not on the list. Many people stop attending school after their junior year, but go to various places to work and gain experience. The most common place is to go to the battlefield between the two worlds. The 4 universities in Longhua have 4 quotas in each university and each grade. The first seed of the first grade of Dinghai University is Yin Xiaoshuang, and the second seed is Zhang Mu. The first seed of the third grade is Long Aotian, and the second seed is Sun Shaokong. However, what Su Xian is most interested in are the new seeds of Longdu University. The first seed of Longdu University, Yichen, is a unique profession of Longhua, warrior, and is good at the legendary martial arts of the old times, Wing Chun. Su Xian remembers this person, who is the first in this year's college entrance examination. The second seed of Longdu University, Wen Xiu, is also the second in this year's college entrance examination. Like Yi Chen, he is also a special profession, according to the information, when Xiao is a little Tianshi of Longhu Mountain, who is good at spells and Chimen Duanjia. The top 2 places in Longdu Academy are occupied by special professions in Longhua, which greatly changed Su Xian's view of special professions. Not only Longdu Academy, almost every academy, including foreign seed players, are from special professions. It can only be said that these professions are relatively niche and not very prominent, but their strength should never be underestimated. If there is a chance, it would be good to accept a few special professions as disciples. Maybe you can get some unexpected returns. Teacher, where is the 3rd senior sister? Su Xian was thinking. Sun Xiaokong came over and asked nervously. Your 3rd senior sister went directly from Longdu and met at the border. Su Xian said, I heard that your 3rd senior sister also prepared a gift for you. I don't want to drink chicken soup anymore. Sun Xiaokong's face suddenly turned black. I finally had a good sleep these days. Is it going to start nightmares again? Before he started to break into the Tower of Delusion, Sun Xiaokong was already confused. Chapter 89 Xingluo King Li Xingchen. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Longhua, the borderland, borders with Bear Country. The Tower of Delusion and the Tower of Death are located here. Dragon Country, Bear Country, Romantic Country, Eagle Country, and John Country, the 5 permanent members of Blue Star, each has a king-level warrior stationed here. In the early years, the control of the Twin Towers was only in the hands of Dragon Country and Bear Country. Later, some training places appeared in other parts of the world. In order to promote the overall development of Blue Star, these mysterious places were open to each other. However, in the Twin Towers, the Dragon Country still has the most say, followed by Bear Country. The king-level warriors of the other 3 member countries are very tactful and will not interfere. The spaceship arrived at the Twin Towers. Su Xian got off the spaceship with 2 disciples. Not far away, Xianyuan Xingchen, who arrived at the destination earlier, waved to them vigorously. Teacher. Senior brother, 4th junior brother, I'm here. Su Xian smiled and walked over with the 2 disciples who were panicking and had to force a smile. Junior sister Xingchen. 3rd senior sister. Zhang Mu greeted Sun Xiaokong. Xiaokong looks very energetic. The 3rd brother praised and took out a big bowl of chicken soup from the space ring. Here, this is what senior sister made for you overnight. Eat it and you will be on your way. Sun Xiaokong. Which road are you talking about? Zhang Mu patted Xiaokong on the shoulder. Junior brother, you are as thin as a monkey. You need to eat more. Don't waste junior sister Xingchen's kindness. No need to save it for senior brother, drink it all. Sun Xiaokong wanted to curse. The honest and simple eldest brother seemed to be a different person when he met the 3rd senior sister. So, Sun Xiaokong, who ranked last, once again endured the care from the 3rd senior sister alone. The 4 masters and apprentices entered the land of the Twin Towers with the invitation letter. The Twin Towers are not as prosperous as other cities. Instead, they are somewhat desolate and dilapidated. There is only a symbolic wall around them, and there are not even many guards. At the entrance, 2 old men were sitting opposite each other at a small stone table, playing chess. The 2 old men looked very sloppy, but no one dared to look down on them, because these 2 people are 2 of the 5 kings guarding the Twin Towers, the Star Luo King Li Xingchen of the Dragon Kingdom and the Qianjun King Kefu of the Bear Kingdom. Senior, we want to enter the Tower of Delusion for training. Su Xian handed 4 invitations to Li Xingchen. Yes. Li Xingchen didn't even raise his eyebrows, and waved his hand to let Su Xian and the others in. Su Xian didn't care about Li Xingchen's casual attitude. He thanked him with a fist and led his disciples to the Twin Towers. Wait. After walking a few steps, Li Xingchen's voice came from behind again. Are you the disciples of the old man Ding Hai? I can't be called a disciple. Su Xian clasped his fists and said, I was just lucky enough to get a little bit of high regard from the old man. Are you Su Xian? Li Xingchen suddenly asked. Yes. Su Xian was surprised. Is his reputation so big? Even the people in the Twin Towers knew it. You kid, you're pretty good. Li Xingchen smiled and said, I heard that Su Ying kid was taken care of by you. Whether you are a gigolo or a gigolo, I admire you. Su Xian. Is his reputation so bad? Senior, you are joking. Su Xian laughed dryly. If there is nothing else, I will take my disciples to the tower for training first. Go. Li Xingchen's eyes fell on the chessboard again and said no more. Su Xian led the 3 disciples all the way inside. After walking nearly 10 miles, they arrived at the relatively small Tower of Delusion in the Twin Towers. According to legend, the Tower of Delusion is a cavernous paradise. The Tower of Delusion seems to occupy only about 3 miles in radius, but the internal space of each floor is 100 times wider. Is this the Tower of Delusion? Several disciples looked at the towering Tower of Delusion and marveled. The Tower of Delusion exudes a dangerous and mysterious atmosphere, and has an inexplicable attraction that makes people fascinated. In front of the tower, there is a huge stone tablet standing. On the stone tablet, there are rows of names, which are the time rankings of clearing the Tower of Delusion. A total of 50 rows, the names of the top 50 names in the historical clearance speed. Are all on it. Demigods are an exception. Once a professional enters the realm of demigods, the names left in all the places of experience in this world will be automatically erased. Su Xian looked at the names one by one. The first place on the clearance list, the Great Demon King of Dragon Country, took 1 day, 3 hours and 21 minutes. The second place on the clearance list, the 10,000 Thunder King of Eagle Country, took 1 day, 3 hours and 24 minutes. The third place on the clearance list is Xuan Wang of Dragon Country, who took 1 day, 4 hours and 34 minutes. The fourth place on the clearance list is the Crazy Lion King of Bear Country, who took 1 day, 7 hours and 51 minutes. The fifth place on the clearance list is Xingluo Wang of Romantic Country, who took 1 day, 8 hours and 22 minutes. The 10th place on the clearance list is Tong Gui Wang of Sakura Country, who took 1 day, 21 hours and 59 minutes. The 50th place on the clearance list is Dinghai Wang of Dragon Country, who took 2 days, 22 hours and 12 minutes. Many names on the list are familiar to Su Xian. The first-ranked Great Demon King, he also saw this name on the clearance list of Dinghai's secret realm before, and Xuan Wang, who was ranked 3rd, was even stronger than Su Xian imagined. Dinghai Wang was just stuck in the 50th place. After all, it is the historical ranking of the entire Blue Star. It is also amazing that Dinghai Wang can enter the top 50. Besides, the speed of passing the level is affected by many factors such as occupation, mentality, and the state of breaking through the level, and personal strength cannot be completely determined by the ranking on the list. Prepare to enter the tower. Su Xian handed the invitation letter to the 3 disciples. He didn't know if he could pass through the Tower of Delusion this time. The tower guards on the 25th floor had the strength of a Marquis, and the highest level among them was the Sun Realm. Moreover, the more people formed a team to break through the tower, the more difficult the levels in the tower would be. It was the highest difficulty when 4 people broke through together. We are about to enter. Zhang Mu and Sun Xiaokong were very excited. Even Xianyuan Qingqing, who never liked fighting and practicing, was full of expectations. The 4 stood in front of the tower and each dripped a drop of blood on the invitation letter. Under their feet, the mysterious light bloomed. Whoosh! The next moment, the eyes darkened, and a strange force enveloped the 4 people. With the waves of dizziness, the ground under the feet of the 4 people changed. When the vision was restored again, it was a strange scene in front of them. It was a huge forest, with hundreds of goblins living around. The appearance of the 4 masters and apprentices instantly attracted the attention of the goblins. Most goblins are low-level creatures, and some goblins are not even as good as ordinary people. But the goblins in the Delusion Forest are all strong. At least there are gold level standards, and some even reach the stars. Is the first level so difficult? Su Xian smiled, found an empty space and sat down, looking at the 3 disciples. Master is tired, the rest is up to you. 3 disciples. You're tired before the fight? Are you here to retire? Chapter 90, Becoming a Demon Again. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Go ahead. Master is also trying to sharpen us. Zhang Mu put on his boxing gloves and rushed into the goblin group first. Sun Xiaokong went in the opposite direction and cleared another area. Xianyuan Qingqing sat in the center to support the whole scene. Ding, your disciple Zhang Mu killed a star-level goblin and gained experience energy. Congratulations on triggering 1,000 times crit return, your realm has been improved. Ding, your disciple Sun Shaokong killed. Ding, your disciple Xianyuan Xingchen killed. System prompts kept ringing, the sea of stars surged in Su Xian's body. What surprised Su Xian was that the experience energy gained this time was condensed into that red moon, not the silver moon. The power of the red moon is related to many special places, the world channel, the battlefield between the two realms, and the abyss all have clues corresponding to the power of the red moon. Su Xian speculated that the land of the Twin Towers is likely to have it, now it seems that it is true. And the monsters in the Tower of Delusion can also help him condense the red moon. While Su Xian was thinking, the three disciples had killed all the goblins on the first floor, and a teleportation array appeared in front of them. The four masters and apprentices stepped into the teleportation array, the scene in front of them changed again and entered the second floor. This time the venue was changed to the ice field, and the tower guarding creatures were a group of ferocious ice field wolves, whose strength ranged from gold to stars. Without Su Xian's words, the three disciples took the initiative to meet the enemy. They also tasted the sweetness of breaking into the tower. The experience energy left by the monsters in the tower after death seemed to be purer than the experience energy outside. In other words, the monsters in the tower are not real creatures. They are originally condensed from pure energy. Su Xian also discovered this and had to sigh at the magic of the Twin Towers. The Twin Towers can not only change time and space, but also use the rules in the tower to transform many tower-guarding creatures with energy. Perhaps this is the handwriting of the real gods. As the disciples fought hard, the red moon in Su Xian's body became more and more perfect. The second floor was quickly cleared, next came the third and fourth floors. The tower-guarding creatures changed every time, but the difference in strength was not that big, just the number was increasing. There was not even a silver moon realm monster in the first 4 floors. Until the 5th floor, the venue changed from the vast forest and ice field to a narrow, dark room. In the corner of the room, a person was sitting. In front of him, there was a gray-white giant sword, emitting a strong blood force. The peak of the Sun Realm. Su Xian rubbed his palms. Finally I encountered a good experience pack. According to the challenge rules of the Tower of Delusion, every 5 floors, there is a wave of powerful tower-guarding creatures, such as the Berserker holding a giant sword in front of him. The Sun Realm is somewhat challenging, but not very difficult. Su Xian still didn't plan to take action. Let me take the lead. This time, Sun Shaokong took the initiative to stand up. He held a long stick in his hand and took the initiative to meet the Berserker with a giant sword, while Xianyuan Xingchen was responsible for spell assistance. The two of them attacked and assisted each other. The cooperation was not exquisite, but they could suppress the Berserker guarding the tower. Watching the third and fourth brothers fighting against each other, Xingluo felt a deep sense of powerlessness in his heart. The battle at the level of the Sun Realm was beyond his ability to intervene. Anxiety began to surge in his heart again. In the past, he could suppress his inner mania by practicing, but now he was on the edge of the battle, and he couldn't suppress his restlessness in his heart. He wanted to become stronger. Comparison is the easiest thing to make people anxious. Xingluo also understood this truth, but in such an environment, even he couldn't help comparing with his junior brothers and sisters, especially at this powerless moment. Xingluo, come here. At this moment, Su Xian waved at him and looked at him. Do you feel powerless? Do you feel that you can't do anything? Yeah. Xingluo nodded. As your eldest disciple, I am the weakest one. I don't want this. I want to become stronger. If one day you are not with us, as the eldest brother, I think I should at least have the ability to protect my brothers and sisters, and be able to maintain your honor with strength. You have taught me so much, but I can't give you any return, which makes me feel guilty. Su Xian shook his head. Do you remember what your master said? You are talking about possessed by a demon. Yes. From now on, you try to be possessed by a demon. Su Xian said, my master's requirement for you is to stay awake while controlling the power of possessed by a demon. From now on, until you pass the 25th floor, can you do it? Xingluo nodded firmly. I can. That he began to try to enter that state of madness and split, turning the powerlessness and desire to become stronger in the depths of his heart into a kind of power, burning his own beliefs. The body and mind are like fire, and the faith is like firewood, igniting the inner frenzy. The cells are dancing, and the soul is also blooming with brilliant light. In that brilliant light, everything is compressed very small. At the end of the light, there is a tiny dot. Zhongmu keeps trying to get closer to it. When he holds that tiny dot, everything in his body and mind is also under his control. One thought. Become a demon. This process is similar to the birth of the Shura profession Hell Thoughts, but more extreme. Roar. With a dragon roar, half of the dragon body appeared around Zhongmu, hovering beside him, and his aura also crossed from the initial stage of the starry realm to the peak of the starry realm. Master, I succeeded. Zhongmu's voice trembled. Not bad. Su Xian praised, keep it, control it. Zhongmu could feel that as his body and mind continued to burn, his strength became stronger and stronger, but his mind became more and more tired, and he felt like giving up. Give up the suppression of rationality and completely surrender yourself to the control of the devil's heart to pursue the most comfortable feeling. He knew that he must not give up. Once he gave up, he would completely lose his humanity and fall into evil, but the pleasure of the surging power made his heart itch again. And he wanted more, knowing that there are dangers. He still yearns for it. If you can't suppress your desires, your thoughts will be controlled by desires in turn. This is why so many people know that some things cannot be touched, but they are still willing to sink into them. At this time, Zhongmu was constantly struggling between the fatigue of maintaining rationality and the pleasure of sinking into desires. At the same time, the third and fourth brothers also worked together to kill the berserker guarding the tower. The pure energy rewarded by the level was divided into 4 and fell into the bodies of the 4 people. The system return was triggered. After passing the 5th level, the red moon in Su Xian's body has condensed nearly a quarter. According to this progress, as long as he passes the 15th level, the return multiple is not bad, and he should be able to condense the red full moon. Su Xian is also looking forward to it. After the red full moon condenses, he should be able to enter the next realm, right? Warm reminder, if you find that clicking the next page will force you to jump to other websites, please use the chapter error or contact us at the bottom to inform us. We will deal with it as soon as possible. Thank you for your understanding.